Hi soulmate, welcome back to the part 2 of our beautiful corset without the stitches. So the stitch is going to be inseam, okay, that is seamless sewing. So let's quickly get started. So I'll trace it out. So it's time to stitch. So this is the dartless part, okay. So I'm going to add the hairstay. So I also done trimming out the mesh part, okay. So I'm just placing it on it. So I'll place it both on the back panel, on the front. Though later I reduced 2 inches the center back for my lacing channel, okay. I discovered that the excuse me, the mesh wasn't relaxing properly. So this is how you place stitch with whatever you added as seam allowance, which mine is just 2 inches, okay. So the boning, sorry, camera couldn't capture that part, the lining part. I'm done adding boning. I use ridge line boning. So you decide to use plastic boning if you want it to snatch more, okay. So I also stitch with an 1/2 inch. So it's time to wrap our bra cup. You can actually cut out fabrics direct without this process, but this process is very important if you are working with this original or ready-made bra cup. So find the midpoint. So just trying to create 3 pieces, because about advice, if you are working with this original bra cup, there is no need for 3 pieces corset, especially for beginners. 2-piece corset is okay. So I'm just stepping down 3 inches, okay. Decide to step down with 2.5 inches or 2 inches just to create that 3 pieces corset. So find the midpoint, okay. Place this way to find the midpoint. So from there, trace it down to this part. So what I use here is just paper tape, okay, to wrap it horizontally and vertically, okay. So I'm just trying to reduce it as well. So you may be wondering, how do you remove this from the bra cup? Okay, let's see how I'm going to do it. So I'm introducing my machine oil, so just label it, okay. So while joining, you won't have issues, okay. So this is it. So I'm done. I have to reduce this. So if you're working with 2 pieces corset, this way you should connect, okay. So if open it this way, apply machine oil on your palm to pull it out with ease. Yes, so we're tracing out this on our fabric. So this is the easiest way that I've discovered so far of pulling out this. You can actually cut fabric, as I said, there to wrap it directly. So apply the machine oil this way. So you can see our pattern is, that is our paper tape. On the wrong side, there is no need for seam allowance, is more, but on the right side is accurate. Meaning, while cutting it out, the part that will be covering the wrong side, I won't add seam allowance, but the part I'll be using on the right side, I'll be having, I'll be adding seam allowance of an 1/2 inch, okay. So this is, you can see the difference here. Seam allowance is already there on its own, but it's the same bra cup. But on the right side, there is no seam allowance. It's just accurate. So we have to quickly use our scissors to trace it out now. You can actually work with 2 pieces corset. I've said that before. It's not necessary that you must work with 3 pieces corset. So tracing the down 2 pieces, make sure you indicate it for easing sewing. The reason for this, so that you won't get confused, okay, when adding your hairstay or when stitching, okay. So you can see, stick it this way. So let me introduce my fabric. So this is dartless we're working with on the cup area, okay. So I'll be when I'm done tracing it out, I'll be taking to my ironing table to add hairstay to it. Okay, so do not forget the one on the wrong side, there is no seam allowance. The one that will be covering the right side, there will be an ½ inch seam allowance. So trace it out. Make sure you mark your seam allowance. So we are through. It's time to join our cup. We should know this part, okay? Though this is for advanced, yeah, it's advanced class. So just take it to our machine to join our cup. So this is the one that without seam allowance, and this is the one with seam allowance. Okay, you must make sure you differentiate it to avoid confusion while stitching. So I will join it one at a time. I have to mark it this way to maintain my seam allowance. So I will open this as well, notch the center for easy sewing. Take it sew this way to the end part, to the side, but make sure you pin to this other part. And fast, because you know all these parts, pin and stitch with an half, but make sure you mark, okay? So please, if you find it interesting, like, comment, share, and please, if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe, okay? Okay, so which you can say have my glue here is 7,000. You can decide to use hemming gum. Yeah, you can use hemming gum, but mine will be using this glue I have here. Okay, so apply it little in between the cup and your fabric. Okay, make sure you are placing it properly on the bust point so that it will relax when you are through. So with this, I won't be making use of a hemming gum. Okay, so apply it gently so that it will relax properly when you are through. Okay, if you don't have this, you can use hemming gum. So this is it. So we'll just place the part that will present the right side, pin it and trace it. Okay, but the stitches is separately. Okay, what I mean is this: we'll be stitching this to the wrong side. That's the part that will serve as the lining, and the part that will be serving as the main bodice. You can see what I was saying, guys. I'm done. I have to quickly unpin the right side. Okay, unpin the right side. I'm a bit fast here because you should know all these parts. So I have to unpin now. Okay, do the same thing on this other cup. Okay, so move to our main bodice. So here we are. You can see our lining part. So I'm done tracing out the right side on both cups. So see how beautiful it is. So this is the wrong side. You see how neat it is. So we have to stitch now, but before then you place it this way. We'll be stitching and flipping it to the wrong side of our lining. This part is our lining, okay? So just making sure my cups are well placed, okay? So I have to introduce my pin, and before then we have to remove the under bust wire. Yeah, because if you don't remove it, obstruct you while stitching, okay? Remember, there's already burning on this lining part. So you pull it out. When you're done stitching, then you insert it back, okay? So I will pin this way. So I will stitch with an ½ inch. This part is a bit difficult because we have already added boning to the lining. So if you want to work with this method, especially for beginners, advise you create channels for your boning. What I mean is when you create channels for your boning, when you are done fixing your cup, then you insert your boning, iron it. You see how difficult it is. I'm making sure that it relaxes because I have to stitch all around so that my cup will sit right under my bust. Okay, so you pin it this way. So when we're done pinning, we'll take it to our machine, we'll stitch all round with an ½ inch. You can see. So this other part as well, the right side, you can see, So the cup, I will doing the same thing by stitching all around as well with an half inch. Okay, there is an inseam. Those are the center bar that I subtracted 2 inches that I'll be using the Duchess fabric to create allowance for the lacing channel. That's the lacing bar to center bar. So let me stitch all around. The same thing here. So I will remove the underbust wire. Okay, for easy sewing, stitch all around. You can see I'm through. I won't iron it here, but it's relaxed because I use glue on the wrong side. So the size seam, remember, is 2 inches. I added as my seam allowance. Like what I said earlier, we decided to use 1 inch. We decided to use an half inch because it's corset with a back lacing. You don't actually need allowance, okay? So I will make sure I maintain the same 2 inches that I added as my seam allowance. So I will mark it this way. Place one side seam on the back panel to the side seam on the front panel to stitch all round. So I'm just closing the side seam, okay? You see how beautiful it is. So let me introduce the front panel. That's the right side of our bodice. You can see, so I will do the same thing. Spin stitch all around on both sides, then show you guys. But before then, make sure you pin. Remember, the front there is mesh, yes, there is net, so you have to patiently pin and mark so that while stitching it won't obstruct you. Everything will last properly. Okay, so pin this way and take it to your sewing machine, stitch all around as well with an half inch that we added as our seam allowance. So let me do that. But before then, this eye should be when you are through. Yeah, this eye should look, everything will last properly because we are maintaining seam allowance. Okay. You can see the armhole part because it's mesh. Yes, it's net, so you can see how stretchy that part is. I have to blend it. It's just about 0.4 inch. Okay, so this is this part you can see. So it's time to pin down our yoke, but I'll only be stitching the back yoke direct. The front yoke I will pin, I will cut out mesh, okay, pin it on the cup area, top stitch, then place on my neck. You have seen the introduction, okay, then I will pin the shoulder part. I will stitch on that part because the cup is so deep. Camera wouldn't do this cup favor at all, so deep. So if I use the yoke, it won't relax properly. Okay, so I'm pinning my back yoke, which I later change my back neck depth. Yeah, later change to just V. Okay, so this is it. Trying to insert my under bust wire back so that I won't forget. Okay, so insert it this way. Patiently insert your under bust wire. Decide to top stitch when you are done. Top stitch all around on your bra cup. Okay, so it's time to join this part, but make sure you check each seam line meeting each seam line on the fabric. Yeah, they have to meet because it's inseam. Okay, so I'll place it this way to check, but make sure you pin. You have to patiently pin because of the mesh that we're working with. Okay, so you can see how deep it is. I will just take it to my machine when I'm through, stitch the upper part first. Remember, my back yoke is already in. Okay, I pin my back yoke first. So you can see. So after pinning, make sure you open your side seam allowance, stitch. Okay, let me do that. So guys, I'm through. Trim out the wanted thread, notch your neck area. But before doing that, make sure you check. So turn it this way. You can see what I'm doing. You can see how deep the cup is. So I'm just making sure the right side is relaxed, okay, because it's mesh. So you can see by the time I adjust, you can see how neat it is. So this other part shifted, you can say it was straight initially, now it shifted because it's mesh. So I will unpin this my back yoke, unpin my back yoke. So it's time to join the center back. But remember what I said earlier, I cut out 2 inches where I will be creating my eyelet. That's why I will place my eyelet. I will only top stitch it when I'm done with this part. I will sew and turn, but I'll be adding boning to that part. You have seen the introduction as well. So this is it, making sure each seam line meeting each other. Okay, so my empire, you can see I excuse me, equal, they are meeting each other because I'll be creating a bias, yes, with my fabric, okay, to aim the waist area. But you want your waist area to be inseam, let your lining be shorter with 1 inch. So I will close the side seam first. So I'm done closing my side seam, okay, because my hem part, that the full length area of my blouse, I'll be creating bias to hem it, okay. So gently pull it out this way. You must iron, okay. When you're done pulling, you must iron this way. But before then, make sure your cup area is relaxed, okay. So trying to adjust my cup area. So you see how this mesh have shifted my uh 3 piece corset, you can see. So this is what I was telling you guys, you must pin, okay. So I will adjust it later. So you see the yoke, I can't make use of this yoke because it's so deep, okay. So this is it. So just trying to adjust, you can see how beautiful it is, okay. Pull it down. Now I'll introduce my E7000 glue. Yeah, I want to use on this part. But if you have your hemming gum, you decide to iron, how do you iron? Insert your hemming gum on your cup area. So this is what I was saying, I'll be creating bias on the end part. So time to use my E7000. Apply little by little, do not rush, okay. So it's true that by the time I flip in the main fabric, that's the right side, it will relax. But you can as well use hemming gum to iron this part, all depending on your preference. So you can see I'm just trying to make sure that part lasts very well. It has to slip very well. Okay, you can see how neat it is. So the glue is what is holding it. So I won't make use of hemming gum. You can see how neat and relaxed it is. Yeah. So this is the little place. If you have any interest, like, comment, please share, okay, to help my channel to grow. You can see how neat it is. Both the wrong side. So my machine needle actually disturbed me when I was fixing the wrong side. I use my back, aim the down part, okay. Create my 2 inches lacing bar. I don't want to expose my back, but you can decide to leave it that way and create facing, okay. So it's two eyelet lines. Aim it, iron it, okay. That is it. So let me do that. So you can see I'm done. Yeah, see the end part. So I've added my first eyelet. The second one I will just top stitch at the tip, which is just 2 inches. So make sure everything lasts properly. I don't want to use facing. So this is this part, but I'm not making use of this. You can see, so with my explanation earlier, you understand what's going on here. So I just top stitch pin on shoulder part, which I will just take to a machine stitch, and that is all. So thanks for watching. I'll be bringing part 3, which is the skirt part and the embellishment. Bye.